The invitation said bring magic to your child's birthday, and promised exotic entertainers from across the Orion Spur. Honestly, Daniel Carter should have known it was a scam. Nothing in the galaxy that cool ever came cheap, especially for a man with a failing tech job, a dying coffee machine, and a 7-year-old daughter who deserved the universe but got a beat-up apartment instead. But when Mia asked, "Daddy, can we have someone special this year?" he couldn't say no, so he clicked confirm on the cheapest option, Vespera of the Nocturne. Lineage, illusionist and energy performer. He didn't know the Nocturne were real, and he definitely didn't know they were. Space vampires. The moment Vespera stepped through the apartment door, Daniel realized two things. She was absolutely, impossibly not human. He had just invited something legendary and terrifying into his living room. Her skin shimmered like obsidian dipped in moonlight. Her eyes glowed a soft crimson, not threatening, more like coals kept warm by ancient sadness. She moved as if gravity respected her, but did not fully own her. And when Mia saw her, holding her worn-out stuffed unicorn, she gasped, "Daddy." She looks like a princess from the Star Stories. Vespera lowered herself gracefully, wings folding like silk behind her. "I am no princess," she said softly, "but I may perform for you, little star." Mia squealed and clapped. Daniel tried not to faint. The show that changed EVR wide, Chi-N-G Daniel expected cheap holograms. He expected low-budget tricks. He did not expect the apartment walls to melt into a swirling projection of galaxies, nebulae, and rivers of light. He didn't expect Vespera to shape stardust between her fingers. He didn't expect her voice to resonate like a choir held in one body. But the biggest surprise, despite being a literal vampire alien, she was gentle, careful in every movement, polite in every action, soft with every word. Toward Mia, she conjured an illusion of a tiny star whale. Mia hugged it, even though her arms passed through. She created a field of floating lights. Mia danced among them like fireflies. She bent darkness into shapes, dragons, flowers, butterflies. Mia's laughter filled the room like a song the universe had been missing by the end of the show. The other kids were stunned, silent, parents whispering, "What species is she? Is she dangerous? Should we leave?" But Mia didn't care. She had found someone magical. The moment everything too unnerved at the party ended, the apartment returned to normal. Parents and kids left. Daniel was cleaning cake off the carpet when he heard Mia ask from her room, "Miss Vespera, can you stay forever?" His heart dropped. "No," Daniel yelled, running toward them. "Honey, she has other shows, other people, probably other planets." But Vespera didn't look offended. She looked surprised, and then something even stranger happened. Vespera knelt beside Mia and said, gently, "I cannot stay forever, little star. My kind lives on the edges of night, not in human homes. But you're the first one who didn't look scared of me when I got excited," Mia said. "Even Daddy flinched when I screamed because of the lights." Daniel opened his mouth to defend himself, but Vespera raised one elegant, claw-tipped finger. "Tell me, child," she asked softly, "why would you want a creature of night to stay with you?" "Because," Mia whispered, "you looked lonely." Vespera froze, not scared, not cold, just exposed, as if a 7-year-old had seen right through armor. Forged across centuries, the truth of Vice Prera. When Mia fell asleep on her lap, Daniel finally spoke. "Look, I'm sorry if she made you uncomfortable. I didn't know what you were. I didn't even think the Nocturne actually existed. They keep us as myths, Vespera said, stroking Mia's hair. We are feared. The Federation gives us work only when they need our abilities and dispose of us when the night ends. Daniel frowned. That's awful. It is our nature, she said. But her voice trembled. And yet this child did not fear me when I let my real form show. When did you? Mia saw my shadow wings, Vespera said. She simply said they were pretty. Humans. Humans are strange. In her tone, Daniel sensed something he never expected from an apex predator species: hope. When darkness saved, a human and night deepened. The apartment lights flickered. Daniel swore. The transformer again. Third time this month. But Vespera's head snapped up. No, this is not a human malfunction. She stood so fast, the room blurred. A rumble shook the building. Outside, a black transport hovered and marked predatory, dangerous. Vespera hissed, showing her fangs at last. Hunters, she growled. They track my lineage. They think we are weapons to be contained. And then the front door blasted open. Daniel stepped in front of Mia, arms spread wide. Stay back, he shouted. She didn't do anything wrong. The armored intruders ignored him until Vespera unleashed a snarl that cracked the windows. The shadows surged. The room darkened. The hunters faltered. Vespera's wings expanded vast, terrifying, beautiful. This child, she said, voice echoing like thunder, asked me to stay. And for the first time in a century, I want to. She obliterated the hunter's weapons with a single swipe of shadow energy. Pulling Daniel and Mia behind her, the attackers retreated to their transport. No one dared fire. No one dared challenge a nocturne, protecting something she cared about. When the danger passed, Vespera looked down at Daniel. I apologize, she said quietly. You were frightened. Daniel shook his head. You protected us. You didn't have to. I did. Why? Her wings folded slowly. Because she asked me to stay. The question that changed ALIF the next morning. Daniel made pancakes as Mia drew pictures of Miss V's with star wings. Vespera sat uncomfortably in a chair far too small for her. Watching them, finally, Daniel cleared his throat. So, do you need a place to stay? Just until the hunters clear out. Vespera's eyes widened. Humans do not invite my kind into their homes. Daniel shrugged. Well, my daughter already did. Mia looked up from her drawing. So you can stay forever. Vespera looked between them. A single, ancient creature who had lived through centuries of darkness. Faced with the warmth of a tiny human family. I cannot stay forever, she said softly. But I will stay. As long as I am welcome. Mia grinned. That means forever. Daniel smiled, despite himself. Then welcome home. Vespera bowed her head in a slow, solemn gesture from her people. A home, she whispered. I have not had one in a very long time.